Hi, friend. I'm so excited to welcome you to something extra special here on the podcast for the next 8 weeks. I have hand selected the most downloaded podcast episodes over the last few years and compiled them for you in this summer throwback playlist. Now, if you're like me, you love a good throwback playlist. I was listening to one this morning. I was listening to the Dixie Chicks. I think they're now the Chicks, but I don't know how this is possible. I cannot remember my password that I set, 30 seconds ago, but I remember all of the lyrics to Wide Open Spaces like it is my job. I can sing it loud and proud. So we're going to do a throwback playlist here just for you. Now, just a quick heads up, since these are throwback episodes, you may hear some old references to programs or events that are no longer active, but the heart of the episode, it still hits. And so as you're going through these, if you hear any of those references, just know that while they may not be active, the new resources and ways to connect with me can be found in the show notes. I hope you're having an amazing summer collecting all the adventures along the way. Enjoy these summer throwback episodes, and I will return to be here with you with new episodes coming every week in September. Cheers, my friend, and enjoy. Hi, friend. I'm so excited to welcome you to something extra special here on the podcast for the next 8 weeks. I have hand selected the most downloaded podcast episodes over the last few years and compiled them for you in this summer throwback playlist. Now, if you're like me, you love a good throwback playlist. I was listening to one this morning. I was listening to the Dixie Chicks. I think they're now the Chicks, but I don't know how this is possible. I cannot remember my password that I set, 30 seconds ago, but I remember all of the lyrics to Wide Open Spaces like it is my job. I can sing it loud and proud. So we're going to do a throwback playlist here just for you. Now, just a quick heads up, since these are throwback episodes, you may hear some old references to programs or events that are no longer active, but the heart of the episode, it still hits. And so as you're going through these, if you hear any of those references, just know that while they may not be active, the new resources and ways to connect with me can be found in the show notes. I hope you're having an amazing summer collecting all the adventures along the way. Enjoy these summer throwback episodes, and I will return to be here with you with new episodes coming every week in September. Cheers, my friend, and enjoy. What's up, friends? Hey, one of the biggest surprises to me as I became a mom was just how many lessons my boys were going to teach me. And I think they're just getting started. So the other day, I was humbled as they taught me a new one and reminded me of something that had just not been at the forefront of my mind. So I was getting ready to go to the grocery store, and I love taking my oldest. He's my little shopping buddy. So I said, hey, will you go get dressed? Let's go to the store. He's like, sure, Mom. So I send him upstairs, and when you send an 8-year-old upstairs to get dressed by himself, you never know what he's going to come down. Usually he comes down and I have to send him back up because he's wearing like plaid with yesterday's sweatpants, and we're lucky if he's got underwear on. It's just getting them dressed is a challenge. So anyways, he comes downstairs and he looked awesome. Like the outfit he picked out looked like something a grown man would wear. It coordinated. He looked cool. His hair was done. And then I even asked if he brushed his teeth, and he had brushed his teeth. I was just super impressed. So I looked at him and I said, hey, dude, you look awesome. He looks me square in the eyes and he goes, uh-huh. And did you see my socks? I loved the way he took that compliment. He just looked at me and he confirmed the compliment. He just said, yeah, thanks for noticing. And also, did you see this part? It made me think that as adults, we have completely unlearned the art of accepting compliments. And as we're going into February, I want to talk about how we can love on ourselves and our bodies a little bit better. We are so hard on ourselves, and we say awful things about our bodies in our head that we would likely never, ever say out loud. And I want to know, when did we lose this ability to not only say nice things to our bodies, but allow other people to say nice things? I mean, how many times do you encounter someone and they give you a compliment? Maybe it's about your outfit, like my boy, and they say, hey, you look really great. Like, those are great shoes. And instead of just saying, and did you notice they're leather, or whatever they are, right? We say, oh yeah, I got them on sale, or oh yeah, they were hand-me-downs, or oh yeah. It's like we have to explain why they're awesome without just owning that maybe we have cool style, or maybe, yeah, it is awesome. and saying thank you. So today what I want to talk about is 3 secrets to loving your body immediately, like right now. 3 things you can do so that we can start to shift our attitude. And the next time you get a compliment, I want you to have an 8-year-old's brain on, where you say, thanks. And maybe, just maybe, you will have the confidence to not only say thank you, but add to it. Just like my son when he said, and did you see my socks? Welcome to the Fuel Her Awesome Show, friend, where we dig into nutrition deets that are actually helpful and we learn to be nicer to ourselves. I mean, think about it. Those things you say about your body, would you ever say them to your friend? I don't think so. I am so glad you are here. I'm Jess, registered dietitian, juggling mama, work, and wife life amidst all the things. I used to spend an insane amount of energy hating on my body and lost in nutrition, but now I have way too much on my plate. I cannot afford to mistreat my body. And because I have a history of struggling with food, I know I have to be careful with how I approach my health goals. This is why I'm so passionate about empowered eating. Sister, in case you haven't heard it today, you are awesome. And I have resources for you beyond this podcast. Check out jessbrownrd.com and take my body confidence workshop totally free. All right, grab a cup of coffee or 2 and let's fuel your awesome with empowered eating. Friends, I want you to know if you struggle with body confidence, welcome to the club. You are not alone. It's estimated that 90% of women feel uncomfortable in their body. So if you're among the 90%, you're obviously in good company, but that's why we're here having this conversation on how we can just be a little bit nicer to ourselves, because we do live in our body, and whether we like it or not, we will do ourselves a huge favor if we get a bit more comfortable so that we can take care of it the way we want and we quit beating ourselves up. And friends, if you want more support on this, I have a free workshop for you guys on my website, jessbrownrd.com. It's how to feel confident in your body without wasting time on another diet. It's totally free. And if you have 25 minutes, you can head on over there, find a time that fits your schedule. And I would love to give you that to help you along this journey at a deeper level, because I think so many of us get stuck here. And when I work with clients, and I know in my own journey when I was trying to make changes, if I didn't address this piece, if I didn't learn how to feel a little bit more comfortable, even when I felt uncomfortable in my body, I stayed stuck. And we're not here for that. We are here to break through this year. Now, as for today, I'm talking about 3 secrets to feeling more confident in your body immediately. You guys ready for this? Okay, number 1 is change how you use social media. I know so many of us pick up our phones so often, and you guys, I am so guilty of this also, but the research could not be more clear that this is impacting and changing the way we view our body. Research has shown that as few as 6 seconds of scrolling can lower our body confidence, just 6 seconds. I've felt this firsthand. I've seen it in the clients I work with. I'll never forget, I had a gal come in one day, and she came in at 1 o'clock. When we started talking, she said, she was real upset, and she said, I started today feeling really good. I felt confident in my body. I ate breakfast. And then all of a sudden after lunch, it's like something just completely changed. And, I don't know what it is. I feel terrible in my body. I had to change clothes. I changed clothes like 10 times. And here I am. And I'm so glad I'm seeing you, Jess, because I need to talk this through. I don't know what's going on. And so we looked at her day and kind of started backtracking, like, okay, well, what were you doing? Who were you talking to? We get to the point right before lunch. She said she had some time to chill out. So what'd she do? She sat down and got on TikTok, and she started scrolling on TikTok. So when I asked her, I said, well, what's on your TikTok account? Anything that would be upsetting or make you feel less about yourself? She goes, no, it's just like dog videos and, things I enjoy looking at. So I said, let me see your TikTok feed. She pulls it out and she shows it to me, and we both start laughing because I'm like, this would trigger anybody. Sure enough, on her feed, there were several fitness gurus. There was probably 3 videos on diets. There were images that would make anybody question their body. And so we very quickly connected the dots to show that her getting on these platforms, especially when she is in more of an autopilot mode, she is setting herself up to feel less than adequate. Once we were able to make that connection, we set some boundaries around social media. She actually eventually decided to get off entirely and only use the app on the weekends when she was really intentional about it. Like, she'd have to re-download the app before she could get on it. And the reason we decided to do that is because we wanted to put some barriers between her and the autopilot. When we go on autopilot, we turn our prefrontal cortex off. You combine that with things like social media, where we are bombarded with images, ads, videos, noise, we very, very quickly can go back to some of the old thoughts that have haunted us in the past. So step number 1 is evaluate how you are utilizing social media and see if you need to set some boundaries or make some changes. Okay, ready for secret number 2? Buy clothes that fit. I know, you might be in a part of your journey where your body is changing. Maybe you're pregnant, maybe you're postpartum, maybe you have gained or lost weight and you have goals that are associated with changes. Here's the thing, no matter where you are, that's where you are today. And when we can get really honest about where we are, it is incredibly powerful because we are living in the moment and we're taking our mentality from living in future times or past times to where we are right now. And guess what, friends? That means you have the power and the autonomy to make choices the way you want your life to go. Now, hear me out. Let's say you don't want to spend a lot of money because you know the body you're in is not the one you're going to be in for a long time. Like when you're pregnant, for example. Your body changes very quickly and you know you're not going to be there forever. So you don't want to spend a lot of money. Inflation's high. You don't want to waste money. We'll say, that's what I hear everyone say. I'm like, it's not wasting money if it makes you feel better. But anyways, let's say it feels like wasting money. Let's think outside the box. Shop used clothing. Poshmark is an incredible tool to find awesome clothes for discount prices. If you like thrifting, go thrifting. If you know someone who's cleaning out their closet, see if you can do a hand-me-down swap. There are ways to find new clothes that feel better on your body without spending a ton of money. Or if you're like me, set a budget and decide to just go have some fun and treat yourself to that. Because here's the thing. When you are constantly putting on clothes that don't feel good on your body, it's like you're being reminded of what you don't want. And when we're constantly staying focused on the negative, it really sets us up to feel like we're not doing a good enough job. We're never going to get there. What if we fail? Like, it keeps us in this negative mindset rather than getting clear where we're at, being honest about where we're at, finding clothes that feel comfortable in our bodies so that we can move through the world in a more comfortable manner. Guys, take gym clothes, for example. If you are trying to get yourself to the gym, one of the worst things you can do is have clothes that feel uncomfortable or clothes that don't fit because you're already walking into a place that is out of your comfort zone or feels uncomfortable. And if you combine that with physical things that like itch you in the wrong places or you feel self-conscious about, you're setting yourself up to face 2 challenges as soon as you walk in that gym door. So instead, I want you to find, $20 in your budget, go to Target, get a new pair of pants, find something that feels comfortable so that when you walk in and you start tackling some of these goals, then you can at least put all of your energy into facing the part that feels uncomfortable in the moment, like actually being in the gym and trying something new. And you don't have to waste any energy on how uncomfortable you feel in your pants. All right, that's secret number 2, buy clothes that fit. Now, secret number 3 is a bit more tactical, and it's more of the dietitian side of me, which always shows up here, right? And that is to do some sort of resistance training with protein. And I'm a big fan of these 2 because they are so strongly backed in the research. As women, we need more protein. And you guys hear me talk about this all the time on the show. I'm like, we are protein princesses and we need it day in and day out. But the thing about hitting adequate protein intake is that we actually replenish our amino acid pool or our protein pool within our bodies, and that allows us to feel stronger. So getting adequate protein gives our body the right tools to feel stronger within our own skin. Secondly is that resistance training, whether that's body weight resistance or weights, heavy weights, wherever you're at in your journey, some sort of resistance training. And I love this because, again, it's research back. Research shows that people who, actually specifically women, who incorporate some sort of resistance or weightlifting feel better in their body. They report a higher body confidence than those who don't. I've personally felt this in such a big way in my life. I started weightlifting after my first son was born. I'd never been a weightlifter. I'd always been a runner, cyclist, all the cardio. And after my first son was born, my husband started CrossFit. And so we got into Olympic lifting. Completely out of my comfort zone. Guys, I cannot tell you how empowering it is to have heavy weights like on your back and do a squat. And most of all, The empowerment showed up when I went to Costco about 6 months later and my strength had started to build and I could lift that bag of 40-pound dog food. I felt so strong, so proud of myself. I remember being in the parking lot looking around. Nobody noticed, but I sure did. And I felt so strong and good in my body. Okay, so to recap, these 3 secrets to feeling better in our body. Number 1, evaluate the impact social media might be having on your own body confidence. When you look at that, learn to set boundaries that make it so social media is productive and doesn't set you back. Number 2, buy clothes that fit. Do yourself a huge favor. Get 1 pair of gym clothes, a few pair of work clothes, or whatever you're doing during the day, something that feels good on your body. You're going to move around in the world with a lot more confidence and therefore probably hit your goals a lot faster because you feel good in what you're wearing than you would if you were constantly wearing clothes that are too tight or too big. And then number 3, find a way to incorporate some sort of resistance training and hit your protein targets. If you need more help with that last one, I would love to help you in one-on-one sessions. You can find details on working with me at jessbrownrd.com. But as for today, I am just hoping that these 3 secrets catapult you guys on your journey to feeling more comfortable in your body. We have one body that we get to live in, and it will likely take on many different shapes, forms, levels of health throughout our lifetime. And I'm here today to make a case for stopping the madness, stopping the negativity, and all those horrible things we say about this one body we have been gifted, and start to make peace with it so we can finally partner with it. So as for today, as we enter February, the season of love, we are going to extend some of that to our own self and our own bodies. And we're going to start with these 3 things. I want you to try these and watch how it completely changes how you accept compliments. Our goal is to get on that 8-year-old level confidence where the next time someone walks up to you and says something sweet, you not only say thank you, but you can say yes. And did you notice this? Or even better, you can give them one right back. Friends, I hope this blesses you today, and I can't wait to hear the compliments you guys give and finally allow yourselves to receive. You deserve it. You're amazing. And in case no one's told you today, you are awesome. I hope you have a beautiful day. Cheers, friends, and happy eating. Gosh, I'm so glad you joined me today. If today encouraged you, would you take a minute and encourage me by leaving a review for the show? I read every single one of these reviews, and your words, they mean so much to me. This podcast is here to support you weekly, but it only scratches the surface. For more info on how you can become an empowered eater, grab my free workshop on how to become confident in your body without obsessing over food at jessbrownrd.com. Don't forget to join me right here next Monday, where I cannot wait to fuel your awesome. Cheers, my sweet friend, and happy eating.